You are now listening to Feeding Off Each Other.
Hey.
Welcome everybody. Welcome to another
Dave,
podcast.
you're so excited. Get some air horn.
I don't have a soundboard.
Again?
Well, we only have one. We only have two aux cords.
Yeah.
So.
Well, we're waiting for that sponsorship, to really come through on aux cords.
But I do have this. So that's the
So you do
Rode.
have a
It's
soundboard.
complicated.
Yeah, but it's kind of hard to see, and I feel kind of gimpy when I go over here.
All right, guys. Who's doing the intro? Because we decided that I'm not going to do the intro
Jason's
every
doing the
time.
intro.
I'm doing the intro.
Are you going to read it or are you going to memorize it?
Okay. I'll go off book
Oh,
here.
he's going to try.
Welcome to Feeding Off Each Other, the weekly podcast where we feed off of each other.
Oh my God. Come
Feed
on.
off the
All right.
talent, humor,
Okay,
knowledge.
say it after me. Okay, welcome to Feeding Off Each Other, a weekly podcast.
A weekly podcast where we feed off the talent, humor, knowledge, and awesome
He's reading it.
stories of our guests, ... and each other. I'm Jason Lucas, and I'm joined by the Yerba Mate Dennison.
Yeah, I had to crack a herba mate for this one.
You should
I
have
had
said
to match- I had
Yerba
to match our-
Mate Dennison.
Herba mate.
Because Matt.
Hey, who's doing the intro
Okay.
here? You wait your turn.
I just wanted to match our guest energy.
Good
Okay.
luck.
Now finish
and
it.
and David interrupting Wiggins.
Hey, it's a hard job, hey, but
Someone's
now
got to
it's-
interrupt it.
yeah. It's now not just up to me. That's great.
We had a whole pre-podcast discussion about like smooth intros
Yeah.
and like, really refining things, and that was just terrible.
Boom, and we're live.
Out
We-
the window.
We're also gonna do our guest intros earlier because if you're a fan of the podcast, if you're a chother, we've our intros have kind of we ramble, they're kind of slow, so we're just gonna get right into it. Okay, Here we go. This week's guest hails all the way from, how do I say this, Slidell, Louisiana, but now calls Whistler, British Columbia home. You may know her from her travel, tutorial, and race coverage content as a presenter on Pinkbike, her role as a judge on Pinkbike Academy, or even from the Enduro World Cup circuit.
It's a different name now. Very confusing.
She has done what many dream to do and turned her mountain biking passion into a career, but not without a few speed bumps along the way. Ladies and gentlemen, we are very pleased to welcome Christina Chappetta.
Welcome.
Thank you, audience. Thank you.
We've wanted to get you on for a long time now,
We made it. Episode 41.
and you made it to the studio.
Never too late.
Yeah,
When we first wanted you on, we were doing it in my living room.
Maybe that was part of the reason I was busy.
I'm not coming to your house. What do you think of our studio?
I love it. I was checking it all out. You've got a very eclectic costume gallery over there. Obviously caught my eye.
We didn't jump into the costumes, but maybe
Not
next
impressed.
week. Maybe next week. I think next podcast we're going crazy with costumes. Okay, I said it here. I said it on the pod. We're doing it.
Okay.
I
I
heard
did
you.
suggest it for today, but nobody bit.
You got to say it on the pod. When you say things on the pod, you manifest them. They become real. Dreams become reality. That's how you do it.
Life.
Yeah. I heard you say, "Oh, it's so cute. It's so cute" at everything you looked at in here. So
It's precious. It's very Pinteresty. It's very aesthetic. This part, anyway, as long as you don't look at what's behind the camera and the dirty dishes, it's fine. But you guys seem busy, so that's great.
well, thanks for coming. We're glad to have you.
Stoked to have you.
And we have had 3 females on our podcast now. I think you're number 3.
No, I think she's 4. No, she's 4.
4? Mm-hmm. Okay, we've had Haley, Casey, Candle, and now Christina.
That's 4.
We know girls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
4 out of
I think we
40.
need some more girls on the show. I'll get you a list after today.
Oh, that'd be
Yeah,
fantastic.
can you
That
send
would
us all your
actually be helpful.
girlfriends?
Do you have a binder full of women? That'd be great.
Rolodex.
So, how are you doing?
Pretty good. Yeah. It's springtime. It's pissing rain outside. Kind of biking a bit, not snowboarding so much. So life is pretty chill these days, I would say.
It actually seems cold still. Is it like unusually cold? Feels like it's winter still.
Yeah.
It snowed. It must have snowed in Whistler last week, right?
It was snowing in Whistler this morning, and I drove down in a storm to meet you guys.
Thank
And
you.
Yeah, it was
a
snowing, but
storm?
I was kind of pissed. It's like April now. I'm like, okay, we need to melt out the trails.
I used to associate my birthday, which was last week, April 6th,
No big deal.
with t-shirt weather, and now not anymore. It's always cold as heck. Yeah, that's it. All right. Well, great.
story.
Thanks for listening.
Climate talk. Love it.
Just remember my birthday last week.
You know you're getting old when you just chat about the weather.
What'd you guys do? Yeah, I know. Actually, on the way here, I was like, oh, I want to chat about the weather. I can't chat about the weather on the podcast. So boring. And then here I am. We're talking about
You
the weather.
manifested it.
Yeah,
It'll also be out of date by the time this gets posted.
yeah, it'll be
anyway,
like
so-
3 weeks from now or something.
We'll be reminiscing.
Who gives a shit?
Oh, actually,
Now-
it'll be next week.
And now my next question is going to also be out of date. What did you guys do for the Easter long weekend? Anything fun? Anybody see the Easter bunny?
No.
I did see a bunny in the trails the other day.
Really?
I got really excited when you brought it up.
A real bunny?
Yeah, like a white one, like a super white winter bunny. And I was just walking in the bush as you do, and this bunny just bolts by, and then a dog was chasing it. So, I'll kind of.
So it's dead now.
No, I think the bunny outsmarted the dog for
Oh,
sure.
nice. Okay.
Yeah.
You guys ever try to catch a bunny?
Yeah, all the time.
Try to catch
Very
a bunny.
hard. Yeah, just like, catch it, to pet it or something, not to eat it. Or
Yeah,
anything.
I've had a lot of pet bunnies growing up, so trying to catch them was hard. Can't confirm.
I had a couple pet bunnies too. And then I no longer really enjoyed them once they would kept biting my finger.
I feel like this would be a really good space for a pet bunny.
No.
Like
It
The
stinks
smell?
though.
it's
Yeah.
they don't stink, I don't think. Not like ferrets and stuff.
I feel like even just the hay or the straw or whatever, the bedding kind of stinks.
I like that your pet options.
Hell no.
I like that your pet options are bunnies or ferrets. You're like not as bad as ferrets. So
Ferrets are like known to be smelly creatures.
Yeah.
As far as inside caged animals go.
we had
You
a
could put it in your sound studio, like the little.
Oh, yeah, that'll
my
smell
my
great.
family moved into a house when I was like 8, and the house came with a bunny. Because the family that was moving, they didn't have somewhere to put the bunny, and then we got a dog around the same time, and the dog tried to kill the bunny, so we had to get rid of it.
Yeah, my pet bunnies. One day we woke up and there was just fur on the ground. No bunny, just fur. It was very sad.
What
Do you have
happened?
children that watch
don't
this
know.
show? I feel like.
I don't know. We lived on farmland
Oh,
in
okay.
Richmond. Yeah,
That's why, like, a
in
coyote.
Richmond, there's bunny infestation.
Yeah, there's
it's like
too
a
many.
real problem.
Oh, yeah.
many.
Interesting. Because there's a lot of eagles around there. I feel like they'd be prime picking for a good big eagle.
I actually don't think we have eagles in Richmond. No, we have hawks maybe. I don't know. We don't have
Hawks.
like trees that tall in Richmond. I don't know.
No, birds can get around though.
It's
Like-
true.
Like an eagle.
Birds get around.
How neat is that?
An eagle could get to Richmond if it wanted to.
It could.
If it was motivated.
It could, but no one wants to. Not even a bird wants to go to Richmond. No. Are there eagles in
I don't go to
Slidell?
Richmond often. Actually, yes. The bald eagle is on the state flag. Of
But it is not the
Louisiana.
state bird.
It's not the state
Oh,
bird.
do you have a fun fact for us,
Oh,
Dave?
Dave.
It's not
Davey
the state
Wiggins?
bird one, but I do have a fun fact.
Okay.
Tell me about
okay.
birds. I love birds.
It's not about birds.
What's the state bird? You can't leave us hanging.
It was a brown something.
Pelican. Good job.
Brown.
Oh, was it a
some-
pelican?
Brown pelican.
A brown pelican?
Oh, it was a brown pelican. Okay, yeah, I was right. Okay, Louisiana is home to the largest population of alligators in the United States. With its swamps, bayous, and marshes, the state has more than 2 million alligators, which is about 20% of the entire population of the U.S. of alligators. Not
I
of
feel like you
people.
should have to read 5 facts like that, and then we pick like the real one,
Yeah.
The least worst.
because that could be true. Sure.
It's true.
Checks out. Alligators.
ChatGPT told me. So
Wait, what was it? It's the largest population of alligators in the U.S.?
yeah,
Okay.
it's 20% of all the gators are in Louisiana.
What's the difference between
I
an
would've
alligator and a
expected
crocodile?
They live in different areas. I think it's
Saltwater
something to
and
do. Yeah,
freshwater.
that one.
Alligators
know
versus
this.
crocodiles are different species, though both come from the crocodile order. They're both unique in the size, color, and shape of their snout. It's all about the snout. An alligator has a U-shaped snout and webbed feet. A crocodile, by comparison, has a V-shaped snout and feet which are not webbed but possess a jagged fringe. I didn't read that.
hot.
I didn't read that.
The crocs are like
Yeah.
pointier snouts, I feel like.
Yeah, you don't want to come across either one of them, basically,
No.
in the
Did
bayou.
you- Have you? Have you had any
Bayou.
close encounters?
Not close encounters, but they're around, just in your yard sometimes.
Are they like the deer of
They-
Louisiana?
We have a lot more deer. It's actually sportsman's paradise, we call Louisiana, so there's a lot of sports down there. But
Sportsman paradise.
Sportsman's paradise. More for hunting. Yeah, there's a lot of alligators.
Here's a joke. It's not difficult to tell crocodiles and alligators apart. One will see you in a while, whereas the other will see you later. Wait, I don't get it. What?
See you later, alligator, and a wild crocodile.
Oh,
I do
yeah.
like
Okay.
that.
Gotcha. There you
Jesus Christ.
The band on set today is just crazy.
go. Our band is incredible. We should actually
they
get
get
a
paid
live
in
band.
yerba mates.
I hope. Yeah. Please. Yerba mate. If you're watching, please sponsor us. Oh, yeah. That's a good goal. Grow the podcast big enough to get a live band. Even if it's just Big Al playing a clarinet or something in the corner, that'd be great.
Yeah, or a skin flute.
Or a skateboard, yeah.
Oh my god.
Can you teach us some more fun facts about Louisiana?
Well, last year I actually I learned that there's mountain biking in Louisiana, which is pretty cool because I had never mountain biked in Louisiana.
And was it good?
It was pretty good.
Oh, nice. Okay.
You know, I've definitely been worse places that are more known for mountain biking.
No
But
way.
it was a pretty cool spot. And they just got a Velo Solution track at this little zone I went to.
How
and
can we not get one of those?
want-
I
Oh, so
legit
bad.
keep asking that same question. I'm like, how don't we have a Velo Solution track in the Sea to Sky?
Yeah. Oh, is there Sea to Sky?
Oh,
Yeah, I guess we
maybe
did.
the Pimby one now?
Oh yeah, but is that sea to sky? We have this discussion going on.
Ooh.
That might be
Okay.
back to the valley. That's far.
I'm going to call them Valley Kids. Yeah.
Like we're not going to drive 2.5 hours to go ride a pump track.
What are the two ends of the Sea to Sky, in your opinion, Christina?
Well, I guess it would be Whistler to Vancouver / the Sunshine Coast.
Which part of Vancouver, though? Which part?
The
This
part
is
that
where it
goes
gets
to the
fuzzy.
sea.
To the sea.
I
I
think
mean,
once
technically,
you're away from the sea, you're
Britannia Beach.
like you may as well be in the interior. you know? Britannia Beach, no, further than that.
West Vancouver?
Peace
North
Arch.
Vancouver?
What was it, Dave?
I think it's Horseshoe Bay to Pemberton, actually.
That's.
To
Says
Pemberton?
Google.
who? Alonzo, pull it up on the screen.
You guys think it's actually the most? Is it rated as like the most scenic drive in the world, or one of?
Yes.
one of-
Where do you
I would
guys?
say yes.
How do you guys rank it in terms of drives you've taken?
It's pretty up there.
Pretty up there.
I think for us, it gives us like such a good vibe too. When you drive in the Sea to Sky, you're like, oh, sick, I live here.
Oh, fire,
Versus
bro.
like other places that are like, whoa, like that picture on that box over there. That's
Yeah.
a nice
On the Mac,
photo.
on the iMac box. Yeah, they should put the
Also
Sea to
sponsored by
Sky.
iMac.
Oh yeah, Google
really
does
should.
say West Vancouver.
No,
I
no,
mean,
no,
they
no,
film
no,
a
no,
lot
no,
of-
no. This is no good. Go
Happiest
to
Outdoors. That does not check out
go
as
to,
a,
go to Wikipedia.
as a website.
Yeah, that's a respectable site.
West Vancouver,
Which is Horseshoe
Whistler.
Bay.
Interesting. I mean, I feel like where
yeah.
the sea meets the sky, like it's in the name.
Oh boy, well, this is riveting,
Yeah.
riveting content.
Well, if you have your own opinion on where
Sick
the
transition.
the start and the end of the Sea to Sky is, please call in to speakpipe.com/feeding off each other. Speaking of which, do we want to
Nice transition.
listen to some speak pipes?
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
I'd love to lay some.
We have some
pipe.
messages. Nothing. I don't think. No, there's definitely nothing that's directed towards you, Christina. There's kind of broad messages left on the podcast. I have no idea what they're about. I don't know if anybody's
Daniel.
listened to them at this point.
Yeah, well, I haven't listened to this one, but let it run. This is Daniel.
What's up, guys? It's Toilet Daniel again. Just wanted to follow up on something you had in your Sedona podcast. It was whether or not Americans wear shoes in the house. We don't. That's weird, except for when you're at your grandpa's and they have a dog and the floor is super dirty because they go outside all the time. And you're actually pretty much making the floor cleaner by wearing shoes. That's the only time you wear shoes in the house. Also, if you guys want to send me some stickers, just hit me up at Dan.the.MTB.man. And I got a new bike, so I'll put those on there. Preach.
What was it? Dan period.
I don't know.
MTV
Dan?
period.
Dan, MTB man.
Too many periods.
We'll get back to you on that one, Dan. Interesting.
We have
Is
an
anybody
American-
else here from America, the
No.
United
No.
States?
No.
I have to call it the United States. Yeah, I don't know. That's controversial, Daniel. I would like to know where you're from and where your grandfather resides. But for the most part, I would say no shoes in the house unless you're at like a college house party, in which case you definitely don't take your shoes off in those scenarios.
Oh
under
man,
any
that
circumstance.
reminds me of a frat party that Jason and I went to years
another
ago
one.
at UBC, and the bathroom flooded, and there was like an inch of toilet water in the bathroom, the entire bathroom.
Beta house.
I took my shoes off. I was just went socks in. It was-
But you had to
Sloshing
pee, so
around.
you just like added to the situation.
Yeah, actually.
Here or nowhere.
You just open the door and just piss.
Yeah.
You had to walk in. Yeah, that was gross. That was at like the
Beta house.
Beta house or something like
UBC, shouts out.
Big ups. I will not be attending.
that. Yeah, the whole shoe thing has been a riveting debate
It's a lightning rod.
Yeah.
They call it in
like
the biz.
it comes back from
because
time to time. It's an ongoing debate.
in the living room podcasts we didn't have shoes on because we're in my home and we're just like this. We had our leg up and I had my socks and someone commented saying the most Canadian thing about this is that they're not wearing shoes. Very odd. I don't know. You know what? I'm just gonna take my shoes off right
Something
now.
fall out of your shoes.
Yeah.
Something fall out of my shoe?
Disgusting.
I'm taking my shoes off.
Confetti just
Dirt.
came out of his shoe.
It is comfy. I
I'm
like
airing
it.
it out.
It really says like we're here to chill. This is a safe space. Like if your shoes are off,
Does it stink?
no.
Let me know if it stinks because then I'll put them back on.
No.
I'm just trying to like irk some people, whoever's watching.
What about the
trying to grind
rules
some
where
gears.
you have to like wear shoes at the gym? How do you feel about that? Does anybody here go to the gym?
Yeah, but
Who's not wearing shoes?
Like,
at the
why
gym?
wouldn't you wear shoes in the gym?
I saw quite a few people yesterday not wearing shoes in the gym, but it's
What?
for various reasons. Like
Yeah.
people that deadlift or lift stuff sometimes don't like wear shoes for that. This one dude was legit just walking barefoot, carrying his shoes through the gym. So
I don't
I don't
like
know
it.
what he was doing. And then sometimes like people take them off to stretch and stuff.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I could see in like a
but
yoga-y,
there's signs
stretchy situation. Or if you're like on mats,
That's what.
What about my shoes? I put them back on, by the way. It was actually getting kind of stinky. I don't know.
I'm still a piece
Maybe
of
that's why though.
garbage.
I would definitely not take my shoes off in the gym unless I was doing like crisscross kind of
crisscross
applesauce. That's my favorite yoga move.
But then what if your feet were a little bit smelly and other people like are just too nice to say anything, but you're like actually stinking out the room?
I feel like there's enough scapegoats in the gym that you could just be like, nah, that's not that.
Yeah, there's enough
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
smells
wait.
going on.
You're going to gyms where there's goats escaping? That sounds pretty crazy.
I want to go to this gym.
You just chase them, that's the workout? All right, boys, go catch those goats. Anyways.
More Speakpipes, please.
Yeah. Thanks, Toilet Daniel, for calling in.
Yeah.
We'll have to
Keep the debate
look up
going.
what his
Let us
handle
know.
was. We'll send you some stickers.
Have you heard from him before? It sounded like he's a
Yeah,
frequent
I think he
caller.
must have called another time.
Yeah.
From the
I
toilet.
think he was on the toilet the first time.
You can tell by the way he said, "Hey, it's Toilet Daniel again."
Yeah.
Just finished listening to Nikki V's podcast. I think we just need to give a shout out to Nick.
Just big up Nikki V.
Shouts out.
Shouts out, Nick.
Thanks for that. Like how you roped everybody in at the end. I know you're also not there listening to this, but
Nice.
I trust the guys will get it to you. Love the podcast. Dave Wiggins is freaking hilarious.
The pauses.
Dude,
Brian, I
Just
think
got to
you're
get him on a
freaking
bike more often.
get him on a bike.
All right, guys. Peace out
Yeah, you're really
Let her
playing
rip.
that one out, huh?
with consent.
No, I appreciate it. I appreciate the fact that he just pressed the button and
Yeah.
let
Yeah.
it rip. He
Yeah,
had
that
no
was-
plan.
It sounded like he
Ryan?
was on the toilet.
Was that Ryan?
That was Ryan.
Yeah, in between he was squeezing.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
it felt like.
I just want to say David Wiggins. He's hilarious.
Hilarious.
Aaliyah. Okay, well,
Shout out.
Dave just
Shouts
made
out.
a point before this podcast
Nick.
of trying to like somehow make sure people don't send podcasts that just or send speak pipes that aren't just love the podcast.
Well, this one is for Nick.
Yeah.
We'll get that
he
message
shouts out
back
at
to
Nick.
him.
Yeah,
I was
he did.
trying to like spark, like I want people to send things that spark conversation so that the guests can get involved and we can jam on it.
What do you think of Nikki V? Nick
Nikki
Van Berkel.
V, big fan. Big fan.
Yeah.
We've been through some crazy times together, but yeah.
Did you
always
drink a
love my
Red
times.
Dog with him?
I can neither confirm nor deny.
Okay, all right. I
these
won't go any farther.
Do you ride any
accusations.
tables or?
Maybe.
He's a good guy. All right, let's hit another one. Is there a Gully one? Yes,
Yeah, there
Gully.
is.
This is
Hi
fun.
guys, just wanted to say
Also from the toilet.
had a lot of fun feeding off you guys. Almost full, but not quite yet. I'm actually having breakfast now and continuing the feed. But
Big
yeah,
energy.
just wanted to say you guys are super great, and I had a lot of fun hanging out with you. And hopefully we can hang out again soon for another feeding session. But until then, don't starve. Feed on, my brothers.
Feed on, we shall. Thank you, Gully. We shook hands on it. He followed through with his promise.
Did
He
you
always
follow
does.
up with him before he sent it?
I did follow up.
Oh, okay.
I absolutely had to
Yeah,
follow up.
You got
Make
it.
sure you did it.
Yeah, I had,
Yeah, we're gonna need that voiceover clip, Kelly, as soon as possible. I think he might have been on his pain meds when he sent that.
yeah. What a crazy story, eh? His
I
broken
know.
leg.
It's crazy.
Absolutely insane.
Yeah, super scary. I think I messaged him that day. No, maybe he posted a picture or something. I was like, oh my God, what happened to you? And then I just continue to send him every single North Shore Rescue social post that has a helicopter in it now. And I'm like, wow, that was you.
Oh.
Just because memories.
Have you been in that situation where someone's getting air evac'd, whatever?
Not me personally, in that situation, but I've been up on the chief before when the helicopter's coming in to get someone. It's crazy.
Yeah,
In the zone.
we were in one situation. Jason, were you there?
Yeah.
Yeah, we were one situation on Cyprus with a friend of ours, and Gully was there too. And
bad luck.
and Gully, yeah, he was very helpful, super helpful. And when he had his accident, he recognized one of the guys who hoisted him, our other friend, up. So it was weird. Despite being so injured, he still recognized that face, and on fentanyl and stuff. My God, they give you hard drugs.
On the whistle? Was he on the whistle?
He's on the whistle.
Woo woo.
Wait, what's the whistle?
Drugs.
Oh, okay.
No. The whistle. Never heard that one before.
So wild.
I thought it was a specific drug.
Yeah, I think it is.
Is it a laughing gas or something?
Wait, Alonzo, bring it up.
Good luck.
I'm gonna need more information. Do they sell them on Amazon?
What did you search?
Oh, there it is. Penthrax.
Huh, sounds dangerous.
That sounds fake.
Penthrax, if you are listening, please sponsor the podcast. That looks crazy. Which end does that go in?
Your butt.
Okay.
Anywhere you can inhale.
Straight in the urethra.
They're crazy though, because they just wear off so quick. So that's why they're good for those emergency on the ground situations. It's immediate relief, and then wears off when you stop sucking on it.
Hold on, I have a sound for this somewhere.
We're gonna get back to you on that.
Dave, you said we only had 3 speak pipes, but it looks like we got more.
Yeah, the unstarred ones, I'm pretty sure I haven't played, but I'm nervous.
You're nervous? Okay, let's hit one more.
Okay.
And if
We'll figure it out now.
Oh, hello. It's Rowan, back once again.
Oh,
I bet you guys probably missed me, didn't you?
I
I just wanted to tell you a quick story about how my friend Noah, right? This morning he sent a lovely DM to you guys offering to let you borrow his bright yellow punch buggy for an upcoming project you guys have. And you declined his offer. Maybe sure, we live across the United States and across multiple countries away from you. It's the entire other side of the United States from Canada, where you are. But you still could have taken it, you know what I mean? And then we sent you a selfie of us, and he was like, I know this Rowan guy who's been calling into the podcast. And you left him on red. And that was
That sounds like us.
really disappointing.
I didn't see it.
Well, anyways, I figured you guys probably wanted to send me some stickers because we're such good friends and we're on such good terms. Apparently David Wiggins, he already knows my Instagram. He stalked me. But again, it's at wow, WOW _ it's ITS Rowan McMullen. That's MCMULLAN.
You gotta
You should
acronymize
DM
that.
me and we can get some stickers sent to me. I feel like that is obviously what you want to do. And I guess everybody else can send me their hate mail my way.
Was this the guy that told me I looked weird?
Dave!
Like, why do people
Just one
keep
guy?
calling me out by first and last
I
name?
don't know, but I love it. I live for it
Just
now.
in case there's another Dave on the podcast.
So has that been listened to yet or not?
No,
No,
I
I
don't
don't
No,
think
we
so.
did not play
Live.
that on the pod.
That was
Yeah, we got we got a beetle. We rented a beetle for a Pit Viper commercial,
It was
which is
Paul
yet,
McCartney.
yet to be released. And yeah, we declined it because
He lives across the state.
yeah, what the hell?
Of course we
said
declined it.
locals only.
yeah.
I mean, if he was going to deliver it on their charge and bring it over.
I don't think he was.
No,
I think
highly doubt that.
I think this Rowan fella might be a bit of a prankster. A bit of an Ashton Kutcher in training.
Sounds like a bully, Rowan.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Yeah, but we went with a white beetle and a
convertible.
convertible.
It's beautiful.
And it was epic, and it got us in a lot of trouble. We were shooting, because we were shooting at the top of Seymour, and we had to get like parks permit and everything. And what we didn't, because this is our first time we had a BC parks permit before. Very expensive, by the way. Very expensive.
This is the first time they've paid for a BC permit.
And we because we've never shot in a BC park before. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, it's the first time we ever filmed in a
Big
BC
deal.
park. Yeah.
Never.
Anyways, we were supposed to specify any driving that was supposed to happen, and it was supposed to be written into the permit, but there was literally like 2 meters of driving that needed to happen, but we couldn't even do that. So our liaison insisted no driving. And we said, oh yeah, we know, no problem. We're just gonna have the actresses sit in the Beetle, and then we're gonna film. No problem, no driving. And as soon as I said that, Pit Viper dude who came down from Salt Lake City to join us says, floor it. And he talks to whoever's who was Blake who was sitting
Blake Hansen.
Blake Hansen, who was sitting in the drivers. She floors it in reverse and basically burns rubber on the ice, and that's right behind me as the liaison's telling me no driving, absolutely no driving.
Americans, am I right?
Oh my god, he was so mad.
Can't take us anymore.
Yeah.
He screamed at me in front of everybody.
It was a real I could shut this whole operation down moment.
He said if that happens again, I will shut this down. I said, listen, I'm pissed too. That was not supposed to happen.
Yeah.
So Spencer, if you're listening, how dare you?
Big trouble.
How dare you?
Spencer doesn't
Feel like
listen
I
to
know
this.
Spencer.
This is the test.
Yeah.
That checks out.
Anyways, if you want to leave a Speakpipe, leave us a message, speakpipe.com/feeding off each other. Christina?
Leave us a
Handshake
speak
on
up.
it. Leave us a Speakpipe.
Yeah, I didn't know what I signed up for.
And
You shuck.
you gotta lay some pipe next time.
Just anything.
Anything you want.
Anything goes. Okay, deal.
But something that sparks
Oh,
conversation.
right. Sorry.
And we will
ask
follow
one
up.
thing.
And we
Deal.
will do this. I don't know why. We just got
What are you
Italian.
saying?
Leave the follow up. Deal. I'll be there.
Yeah.
All right.
That's
I
some-
want,
that was
we're going to take a deep dive on Christina's life right now. Is this what we're doing?
Yeah.
Are we turning this into an interview, or is this a conversation?
It's a conversation.
Potato,
based-
potato, you know?
based on an interview.
Conversational interview?
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll ask her some questions.
Okay.
You guys are curious.
Yeah, I can't wait to talk. See what y'all got to chat about.
Do we write any questions?
Question 1. What is the list of your greatest fears?
Ooh, that's a good question. Go.
Fears.
No, let's do
think I
the
have
real
any
interview.
Okay.
Are, are you afraid of the dark?
No.
What about Goosebumps?
The books?
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, now that you mention it, they were spooky.
All right.
What about
ask a real
heights? Are you
question.
afraid of heights?
I don't think I would say a fraud.
A fraud?
Maybe I am afraid.
I got worms.
Worms mess you up, you know? You can't talk.
Worms, am I right? I don't think I'm afraid of heights, no.
Well, that would make sense. You are a mountain biker after all.
Yeah, I was going to say, you've been to
I mean,
some
I've
high
never
places.
been like 5 pitches up a rock wall before, but
Don't even know what that is.
yeah,
No.
exactly. Wouldn't recommend.
Well, it's how far you can pitch a baseball times 5.
So how did you get into mountain biking? I didn't know that Louisiana had no mountains. Is this correct? No mountains?
I would say no mountains.
Hills.
We've got hills.
Hills, okay.
There's lots of places with mountain biking that don't have mountains.
But did it have mountain biking when you lived there?
I mean, somebody probably was mountain biking back then, but I definitely didn't. I never even like knew what mountain biking was until I moved away from Louisiana.
Not
I was like,
even
that's
Sportsman
crazy.
Paradise? You didn't know what mountain biking was?
No, we just didn't have bike magazines and dirt at the local gas station magazine rack.
Is there noodling in Louisiana?
I would say probably. I've never noodled.
You guys know what noodling is?
Catfishing?
You've done all the research.
Yeah, you put
No.
you put your arm in the water and then a catfish goes on your arm. You pull it out.
Oh, that's amazing.
When I hear like bayou and stuff, I just assume.
Yeah, pretty much. That's how we all grew up.
Yeah. So Sportsman
Yeah.
Paradise right
No
there.
shoes, noodling.
What do you do growing up in Louisiana?
Yeah, what's the most like
Yeah.
Louisiana thing you've done?
Noodling for sure. Louisiana, probably just like running around in the forest. I grew up near the forest, so when it would flood, the bayou would like come up into the neighborhood in the yard, and then you would, get some alligators around.
Dear
Sounds
God.
crazy, but it's true. But what did we do? I had 3 older brothers, so we just did stupid stuff in the forest. We didn't have a lot of money, so we just kind of caused chaos. Yeah.
Hey, can we look up a noodling video? I gotta see this.
It's amazing.
Yeah. It's amazing.
It's amazing.
Best.
We go fishing, I guess, camping.
What
South.
sports were you said you run around the forest though? What
Mostly just run around the forest. But when as I got older, I did play a couple of sports. My brothers played sports, so I just kind of like followed in their footsteps. The usual like team sport in the South. I'm like so focused on the screen, but we're chatting.
don't focus on the noodle.
Noodle. Yeah. Anything could come up when we say noodling.
What was this it?
Hillbilly.
Turn that down a little bit.
What's wrong, bro? I'm sorry, it bit my heel. It tried to get me, it bit my heel.
That's not how you noodle.
Stay in there.
You know what I don't love though is water that color.
Oh
No.
yeah,
That
scary.
looks super unsanitary.
Anything. Wow.
That's where gators hide.
Probably sanitary, but that's where the gators hide.
He was screaming like a woman in labor without an epidural.
City
Got it.
Palace?
You got him or has he got you? He's got me. Everything I can do to hold Neil in here.
So this guy's just under the water waiting for something to bite his arm.
Yeah.
Or foot.
What's is he holding bait?
I think so.
This could be a baptism for all we know. I mean, there's a lot of people around.
Now this is a Louisiana baptism.
I love all the names. Jackson,
Skipper.
Skipper.
He's on my foot. Back up just a minute.
He seems really calm to have a catfish on his foot. There's catfish out there that are as big as us.
Okay.
Scary stuff.
Really?
That's
They could
when.
legit just
That sounds like good eating.
Bam.
that would be such good eating. It's like catching a full-size tuna.
Bam.
I need to send sunburn.
Okay.
Come on, get to the noodle.
I feel like you need to just.
Only thing I care about.
No, we're too far in. We're too far in, Dave. We're watching the whole thing.
This is a 45-minute episode.
This is just the trailer.
You're in the hole. I'm keeping you.
Good Lord. All right, skip ahead.
I hate you, man. You're gonna be the hero, man.
Wow, he's really like committed.
There was a
Okay,
commercial
yeah, there you
break.
go.
He works this big biter to the edge of the hole. Now I can string this bad boy.
Here we go.
Imagine the cameraman in this situation.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah.
This is chaos. I can't even tell what's happening.
This is so poorly filmed. No, this is not noodling.
Oh my God.
is not
Big
it.
Al.
Maybe
Big
it is
Al.
noodling. Maybe he had
I just
like
wanted-
something on his hand.
I just wanted like an authentic clip. It's usually just like some dude like
Dude,
that
I want my
filmed
money
Look
back.
at
himself.
that girl.
I just
She's
want
awesome.
authentic
Yeah, yeah.
conversations.
Turn off the
No more
sound.
interviews. Only conversation.
Yeah. We don't need the sound. Just get to
Here we go. This
get
is
to
what
where
we
he
needed.
pulls out.
You can tell it was going to be good because it's vertically filmed.
What'd you say, Dave?
Yeah, here we go.
There
Here
we
we
go.
go.
Oh yeah.
So they latch
Catfish
onto
in
their
the
arm
hand.
and then you pull them up. It's insane.
Holy crap.
So on today's show, noodling.
Everyone just looks permanently sunburned down there. That's
They are.
crazy.
No, we're just tan.
That's red. That's the color red.
It's,
So you have done
colored.
this?
No.
What? Did you say no? Sorry, I haven't been listening.
Wait, her arm is in the gills.
That's how you like secure the package.
So this is how you win the internet. A girl in a bikini
Oh, yeah.
doing something weird.
Oh yeah. Wait.
That's not weird. She's providing for her family. That's like 100 pounds of
Yeah, what the hell's this guy
catfish.
doing in the back?
Just
Doing
chilling.
nothing.
Dude, he's so deep.
He's trying not
Like
to.
the drop off.
He's wearing a t-shirt. She's barely wearing anything.
Yeah, why is he wearing? Well, he's got that sun protection.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
what she's
exactly.
burned.
Wait, so you haven't noodled?
So I've never noodled, but I've gone frogging.
Explain.
Same thing, but a frog bites your arm? Or?
Basically, yeah. You just like walk in the water, and I think you're supposed to mostly do it at nighttime. I don't know why. And
Because that's when they're out, right?
It's probably when they're
You hear-
feeding.
So
You hear frogs at night generally.
that's true. I see frogs at all times of the day, but maybe they're nocturnal creatures. I don't know.
It's riveting,
But you
riveting
catch
stuff.
like big frogs, and then you eat them, and they taste like chicken wings. Yeah.
So how do you catch
Would
them?
recommend. You just have to like be fast and agile.
Catching a frog is
Maybe
much
people use
easier
nets.
than a bunny.
I think maybe a net would actually be quite helpful if you were trying to catch a frog. I can't say that I used a net. It's been a while, but yeah.
You want to know a fun fact about frogs?
Sure do.
He's dressed like a frog.
Thank you. The
Can you say it in the Kermit's? Say it in Kermit's
No, I don't.
accent. Come on, Dave can do the best Kermit.
Okay.
Oh, great.
It's the only
Do you
act.
like frogs?
No.
Oh boy, this is gonna be great.
Okay. So the
Yes.
the man that realized the human body had an electrical current in it was trying to resurrect a dead frog by electrocuting it, and it started pulsating.
Whoa.
And he thought, "Oh wow, yeah." So yeah, that's a true story. It's one of those like accidental discoveries, like penicillin. You know.
As you do. Interesting stuff. It was hard to like listen as you were talking in that voice.
Interesting stuff. Can you say that again?
Some guy was trying to revive a dead frog, and he thought if he electrocuted it, it might come back to life, and it started twitching, and then that's how we know that there's like an electrical current in our bodies.
Yeah.
When was this?
I don't know, like 2 years ago.
Oh,
No.
it's
I think it was like, I don't know, 100 years ago maybe. It's like last week.
I feel like if you know anything about electricity, then it's like, well, yeah. There's stuff in our body that could like be an electrical current.
I don't know that you would just assume that though.
I love that Christina in the 1800s would have been like, well, yeah, duh.
We know
You know
there's like
anything about-
electricity.
You guys are stupid.
Listen,
like
the moon is
liquid
round,
there.
Earth is probably round. You're probably just crushing all those haters.
Oh, my face hurts from laughing.
All right. So how did you make the transition from frogging to mountain biking?
What did he say?
First of all, what was your first frog, and then tell us what was your first mountain bike?
We have the title for the podcast now.
Frogging off each other.
From frogging to mountain bike.
Yeah, frogging off each other.
In 5 easy steps. You too could become a froggy mountain biker. Well, it was a crazy series of events and many years, but eventually I lived in Colorado later in life. And I loved snowboarding, but people were doing this like crazy mountain bike thing in the summer. And I was like, wow, you guys are crazy. And then finally one day I was like, oh, I'm going to give it a go. And then I did. And I like just sunk my teeth into it. I loved it, frothed for it, bought all the bikes, had no money. And that was mountain biking.
Do you remember that first ride?
I do. Yeah, I literally went OTB, like dropped into the trail and went OTB. Just
Over
like
the bars.
handful-
Over the bars for you listening at home.
Handful of like front brake. Nobody told me anything. They were just like, sick, let's go. And my roommate at the time, big up Claire, I borrowed her bike because she was like way too busy doing other cool stuff. And I rode her bike like quite a lot that summer. It was like a little hardtail Kona. So cute. and yeah, I didn't kill myself. So I was like, all right, I'm pretty into this. But back in that day, like, it was way more about cross-country stuff, and I lived in Colorado, and I gotta say, people in Colorado are just, like, way too keen. They just, like, they're the people that train at high altitude. Oh, my God.
I'm so sorry.
Dave, shut up.
Interrupt that story with your water bottle,
I'm
dude?
so sorry.
My God.
I
All the
will change
momentum
subject.
sucked out of the
I
room.
didn't realize it's
a
terrible
gong.
story. Gong.
Where were we? What? Frogs, huh?
I don't know.
Fuck me.
I've been interrupted.
How'd you make the move to Colorado? What brought you there?
Okay, so now we're going deep.
Yeah.
Okay, so grew up in Louisiana. There was a hurricane, Katrina. You may have heard of it.
Nice lady.
She was a bitch.
Yeah, no, it wasn't nice.
Fuck shit up.
No.
And then I moved to Kansas. Fun times. My mom was living there at the time, so I like finished high school in Kansas, started college, and then I was like, this place sucks. Colorado's like right next door. Why am I here? And then moved to Colorado. It was kind of my mom's like pushing. I don't know if she was like legit just trying to kick me out of the house or what, or like support my endeavors, but she was like, yeah, you should totally go to Colorado. Get out of here. Thanks, Mom.
Never been to Kansas myself.
Wouldn't recommend it.
Been to Kansas.
Jason, you have?
Been to Kansas City,
Why?
Kansas. To sell bikes, obviously.
Yeah.
Back in those days.
But have you been
Back
to
in your
Kansas
big
City,
kid
Missouri?
dog days.
Yep, I've been to both
Okay.
Kansas cities.
Then have you?
No.
No.
What do you mean? It's not
It was
bad.
kind of a cool place
it's
to
cool.
like finish high school and like make some good friends. But then, I mean, there's not a lot going on there.
If you are from Kansas and listening, please leave us a Speakpipe. We want to hear from you.
It's nothing against you personally. It's just my experience with Kansas, and I'm sure they probably have like cool mountain biking now. Gravel's like blowing up over there.
Gravel's
You're into
huge.
that big gravel grind.
Mountains in Kansas? No.
There's
mountains.
hills.
Hills.
Some hills.
Tornadoes.
Definitely tornadoes.
What about the people?
People are lovely. They're almost like Southern people, you know? Like Southern people were pretty known to have this like, I don't know about me personally, but Southern hospitality, just nice. I would say Kansas people are like that too.
Yeah, actually, where's your accent? Don't people from Louisiana have a Southern accent? Did you?
I don't have a Southern accent, but I have an accent.
Do you?
My accent.
It's pretty mild.
You do say y'all.
I do say y'all. Hey, y'all.
I mean, I say y'all.
It's true. Maybe you're part Southern.
Yeah, maybe.
Do you feel like, though, the edges have been sanded off?
I don't think I ever had a super strong accent, but when I talk to my family, they really have a strong accent. So it kind of makes me think like, did I sound like that? And I just like kind of lost it because I moved when I was 16. So like, I mean, my accent was kind of established. But then I moved to like pretty boring, mundane places like Kansas, Colorado, BC that don't have a lot of accents.
Mundane.
Just generic.
You grew up with three brothers?
3 big brothers.
3 big brothers. Wow. What was it like being the only sister?
It was cool. They definitely like, they made me like a little rough around the edges, perhaps. They, you know, beat me up. Lots of wrestling, lots of unsupervised, chaotic times. But nowadays, like, I kind of envy the people that did get to grow up with like a sister and share those like maybe more, I don't know, intimate moments as a girl with your sister, talk about boys and stuff. I couldn't talk about boys with my brothers, obviously. So that I missed out on that.
The only person you can relate to is Dave. I didn't have a sister. Jason didn't have a sister. But Dave
I had
said...
the inverse of you. I'm 2 older sisters.
Oh, yeah. This all makes sense now.
Dave was saying last week...
You're lovely. They did great work, Dave.
Oh, my God.
Wait, hold up.
I got a new complex now.
Wait, do you have siblings?
Yeah, older brother.
Older brother. And
But-
Jason?
I'm only child.
Wow.
You know this.
Only child syndrome.
Yeah.
But Dave was saying last week that growing up with girls, you learn early as a boy how weird girls are. And so there's something that I'm missing, having not had a sister.
I feel like weird's the wrong word, but it's.
Yeah,
but
go
it-
I'm
on.
like, wait a second.
I feel like it just demystifies girls for you, and then also like you learn that girls have like sort of unique senses of humor, and they interact differently than just guys together.
I would agree with that because not having grown up with a sister, like I did have my cousins that I was really close with, but they were a little bit older. So I kind of missed out on that, like, yeah, what you said, like the funny, playful, like their own sense of humor thing. I kind of missed out on that, and I just maybe come across like a little dry sometimes.
What about like female friends growing up though?
I was thinking about this yesterday, actually. Like, I counted my really close girlfriends from back in the day, like from all through middle school, and there were like 7 or 8 of us. But we didn't really like hit it off until like middle school and beyond. But yeah, I was a cheerleader in my previous life, so I actually had like quite a cool crew of girls later in life.
So like, what's the best cheer that you did?
No, none of them. I would say.
But like, if you had to give an example.
I really like washed that part of my memory out. I just have a picture that shows that it didn't
How about
affect how-
Burr? It's cold in here.
I think they're
Jason must be
remaking
in
that
the
movie.
atmosphere. I said, Burr, it's cold in here.
You can tell
Jason
they
must
had
be
sisters.
in the atmosphere. How about that one?
Keep going.
That's a good one.
I was a cheerleader.
Oh,
but-
E-O.
No, I wasn't.
That's not because I have sisters. It's because I'm a drummer, percussionist. So,
Yeah.
you know,
It's a good movie.
it's a good movie.
I think they're remaking it.
What?
The percussionist? I think it was the pianist that you're mixing it.
Yeah.
The movie.
Bring it on. That's what's
Okay.
See, no.
Have you seen it?
No.
What?
He's
How do you know?
saying that's
I don't know. Sorry, what? I've had half a yerba mate.
I can't tell if you're joking.
I'm not joking.
Well, how do you know the cheer then?
Because like every sports day for every year for elementary school and high school, I think like the first time I heard that was probably in like grade 1 or kindergarten, grade 2.
It's from Bring It On.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the original. We got to get you schooled up.
Yeah.
Who's your daddy?
Sorry. Yeah. Okay. That's why I was so confused. What is that an old movie?
It's from 2000.
Yeah. 2000.
Okay, that makes sense. Checks out.
It's cheerleading.
Yeah.
It's all about cheerleading.
And that cheer is a plot point because the white school steals that cheer from the black girl school, and it's like this whole thing.
What the Burr? It's cold in
Yeah.
here. Someone must be in the atmosphere.
Yeah.
What is this
It's
like?
like
a
stealing a song, you
Yeah.
know? Like, oh, we're bringing it up. Who's
Real,
in there?
real tense times.
Yeah.
What's the IMDb on that? 6.3? Nice.
So what kind of cheerleading did you do? Did like you get thrown in the air and?
I was the thrower.
Ooh.
No way.
Yeah. I mean, look at me. I'm obviously super strong and not flying anywhere.
So you're like the power bottom.
I was the power bottom. Yeah.
Interesting.
I know. I don't talk
Was it-
about that time in my life
Oh.
much, but
Okay, well let's
Here
deep
we
dive
are.
into it.
Yeah,
But that seems fun.
I think
And-
it's a Southern thing. You know, we love our sports. Like in football, like the cheerleaders are super important, just like the players. I mean, you can you can debate that.
Did you ever huck someone and they fell on the ground and
we've
hurt
definitely-
themselves?
Yeah, we've definitely dropped a couple people.
Oh man,
you do.
I've always wondered how you
Usually
learn
their
that
fault.
stuff. Just so much crashing.
Just
Crash
like you learn
mats.
biking, I guess.
Yeah.
Just so much, just trial and error. Hopefully, you have a good coach.
Did you have any bad accidents?
Cheerleading,
Maybe,
yeah,
like,
for sure.
Land on your face?
I broke a couple bones.
Jesus.
Whoa, it's time.
Oh,
My phone is on silent, but it's time, so we're gonna
Time for what?
dismiss that
time for cheer?
important.
Great success.
Time. I hope I don't have another one of those set. What was the question?
You said you broke 2 bones cheerleading.
Oh
How?
yeah. Gymnastics. I think I was like more into cheerleading for the gymnastics part of it, like acrobats and back handsprings, and so yeah, I broke my arm at least twice doing back handsprings and stuff, and then like half of my 2 front teeth are fake because growing up in the South, and one time I did like legit get it like frogging. I got it like elbowed out when I was catching someone.
Oh.
And yeah, it was pretty embarrassing, as you could imagine, for like a middle school female. Like, don't need any more reasons to get picked on. Now I'm missing half a tooth.
Right. Yeah. I have fake teeth too.
So does Jason.
Yeah.
You have a fake
Yeah.
tooth?
Yeah, fake tooth club.
What's your fake tooth story?
I, beside the skate park in Whistler, there's like a wall ride, kind of skinny little like trial zone.
Yes.
It used to be different. There used to be a teeter totter. I was in grade 7. I tried jumping off the end of the teeter totter before it went down, but I just went OTB straight to my face, knocked out. 14 stitches in the lower lip.
Oh my god.
And a broken tooth. Yeah.
Gnarly.
Yeah, it was gnar.
Gnarly. Jason, what's your broken tooth story?
It's a 2-parter.
It's a tooth-parter.
It's a tooth-parter.
230.
When I was young,
What time is it?
I was trying to climb up a slide, like a metal slide going backwards, climb up it, and I was climbing up it, and I slipped, and I smoked my tooth on this corner of the slide, and like blew it right back into my jaw. And yeah, it was a lot of blood. And then I went to an orthodontist, and they were like, it's fine, it'll come back out. Fast forward to 3 years ago. Yeah, like literally it was like, it's fine. It was like profusely bleeding out of my face. And then I went to the dentist like 2 years ago, or 3 years ago, and they did an X-ray and they're like, oh, we've got some like really bad news. And I was like, what? And they're like, yeah, that tooth is like mostly gone in like under the gum. I was like, what? Feels fine. They're like, no, that's got to come out. So yeah, I guess it died when I did that, and then it just kind of was there. But then my body was like, I don't need this anymore, so it started eating it.
My gosh.
So I had to get that pulled, and you remember that? I was toothless for a while.
do.
I think I got a fake tooth like a week before we filmed Pinkbike Academy.
Oh my gosh,
I was like,
that's
oh my
right.
god, this is gonna suck.
You did too.
Yeah.
Dude,
Wait,
that's
what?
gnarly.
Pinkbike Academy?
Yeah.
Season 1?
Yeah.
You have a fake tooth?
Yeah. It's like fully fake. It's like
Everyone
a
go back and watch it now.
Yeah. Pull that up.
you will never notice. Well, you might.
well.
But yeah, it was just like a push-in one that kept falling out.
Is that why you were sunburnt the whole season to detract from the tooth?
No, that was just because the
Jason,
sunscreen
we're gonna
budget.
need you to like put your tooth back in place before we carry on.
That was just me not
bless.
listening to producers when they were like,
Hey, geez, you should really put some sunscreen on. No, I'm fine.
I was wearing SPF 2. It was chill.
Dave, any teeth
SPF
stories
tooth?
for you?
And I had like braces forever. And that was about
David
it.
needs braces.
Yeah.
My dad always said, "Be true to your teeth, or they will be false to you."
Ooh.
What
Wise
about
words.
champagne for my real friends and real pain for my sham friends?
I like that. Never heard
Drake.
Is that Drake?
I thought it was Drake.
Nah, fuck
Yeah.
that.
Wait, what? Sham friends?
Yeah.
it. It's a saying, I think.
Champagne for my real friends, real pain for my sham friends.
It's a sham friend.
Oh, I get it.
Too old.
Did you actually miss it the first time?
Don't ask me. No, are you joking? I don't get it. If you're actually this stupid, I'm this stupid.
No, I can't tell if you're doing a bit.
I'm not doing a bit. I'm stupid.
Everything's a bit in Matt's life.
I'm sorry.
I am living in a bit.
Because I'm projecting onto you that I feel stupid that you're being sarcastic, and then you feel stupid because
No.
I think you don't get the joke.
You are the smartest guy in the
Oh
pod.
my god.
Okay.
Not true.
Yeah. Christina,
You son of a bitch.
Transition.
just make a judgment. Who's the smartest guy in the pod? Just make your judgment.
Don't.
Just make your judgment.
I mean, who made this nice board over here? Whoever did that,
I mean,
I'm gonna give it to them.
it was my idea.
Okay.
The board itself. Dave executed all of the organization,
Thank you.
Good job.
and therefore he's the smartest person on the pod.
However,
Execution.
Matt did literally everything else in this
Execution.
shop.
We can all have great ideas, but it's the executing.
Yeah, certainly. All right, let's fast forward. So, at what point did you move to Whistler?
Excuse me, hard question. I first came to Whistler in 2012. And then I guess you could say I
Great movie.
made it my home. 2012 movie?
Yep. Go on.
I know that one. I'll look it up.
Wait, are you serious? I can't tell if it's a bit. Sorry. I had to.
Great movie.
Dave knows.
Oh yeah, look at it. It is.
Because that's when the world was supposed to end.
That was when, remember?
Yeah, so I restarted my world. I came up to Whistler, living like a bum in my truck basically for an extended period of time. And then eventually, a couple years later, I did move here full time, got residency. Everybody in the comments going to be like, oh my God, how did you get residency as an American? It was really hard. That's it.
I'm not going to tell
Here's
you.
my tip. Fuck
I'm not
you.
going to tell you. You have to execute.
Yeah.
Well, we heard that. I heard. I didn't know. We were doing some research in the last couple days, and we heard you were tenting. You were living in a tent in Whistler when you said your truck
Yeah.
though.
Yeah, I mean, truck, tent, same.
Okay, I gotcha.
Home is where you park it. You know, it was like glorified van life before vans were like super normal.
Okay.
You just like set up a little tent.
Because it sounded gnarly when I first heard about this.
I mean, it's not the tenting that we think of over here on, East Hastings. It's not
Okay.
that kind of tenting, I would say.
Yeah. So it's more or less
Living in the bush.
glamping kind of.
Maybe glamping, sure. I mean, it was a tent.
I mean, it's still living in a tent full
I mean, it's
time for
still
a few
a tent.
months.
For how long? 2 months?
Probably like 2 months before I like kind of weaseled my way into my boyfriend's house at the time.
Where were you staying in your tent? In driveways or?
No, just north of Whistler in the forest. I'm not going to tell everyone. I don't want to blow up the spots, but the usual camping spots near Whistler.
North of Whistler. Can we pull that up? Sorry.
Can you give us the latitude and longitude?
49 north, something.
Yep. Checks out.
I asked Haley, our good friend Haley,
You went that deep on market research.
friend of the pod, and she said that it's true. You were tenting, and you were also flipping your clothes inside out.
Did she say that?
Yes.
I think that was just like a phase I went through.
A phase?
I don't think it was like to clean clothes or anything. I mean, it kind of checks out, but I think it's just a phase I went through. I don't think I liked, like even still, I don't really like big logos and things.
It was an aesthetic choice.
Aesthetic
Yeah.
choice.
We thought you were maximizing how often you could wear something.
It makes a lot of sense when you say it like that.
You're like, wait, did I just convince myself I was really against brands?
I feel like, yeah.
Decommodification?
They were ahead of their time.
Have you guys ever how many what's the maximum time you've flipped your underwear inside and out on a single trip? Nowadays, when I pack for a trip, I usually bring for the amount of underwear for the amount of days I'm going away +3.
It's just always +3.
Plus
like
three.
I'm going away for a weekend, I'm bringing +3. Going away for a month, +3.
Brooke's mother taught me this trick, so
Plus three.
that's what I do. I don't mess around. I just bring more than I need.
I think that's a normal thing now.
Yeah.
We just
Although,
love
like a
underwear.
month, you got to be anticipating there's some sort of laundry situation at that point.
You would hope so.
But bike packing though, you kind of got to do the flips.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what kind of trip are we talking about? Because also bike packing, you might be wearing a chamois, and then that complicates it.
Can't flip that
You
inside
can't
out.
flip that. You don't want to flip that.
Yeah, I've
inside
never
out.
tried, but I feel like you could. Why not? I don't know.
I feel like it just wouldn't fit very well.
Maybe not.
Yeah.
Maybe not.
We could try it out.
Yeah,
me
maybe that's a
or
video
not, maybe.
concept. I flipped my underwear inside out
Yeah,
for
how
30
many
days straight.
can I go? I mean, I've seen some people do some gnarly stuff. I've been watching a lot of
Go on.
like ultra bike packing videos lately, and they're on their bike for freaking days, like nonstop.
And what is this ultra bike
I don't
packing?
know
Never heard of
what.
this.
They like do hundreds of kilometers or like races for days on end. And it's just like whoever gets done with this 2,000 kilometer route. There you go.
So it's like ultra running
Yeah.
in a way. It's just running,
Biking.
gone
And most
insane.
people like some people don't stop and sleep, but some people like, will sleep for a couple hours and then carry on but I want to know what their situation is with their chamois. So let us know in the comments below.
Yeah.
If you're that kind of
If
person,
you flip your
like,
chamois-
what are you doing? You just rocking the same gnarly chamois? Like, because they don't have enough time to like clean it, dry it, carry on.
No one's doing laundry during
I mean,
that race.
you flip it, you leave it in the sun. The sunlight kills bacteria, right, to some degree. Doesn't get rid of residue, though.
No,
That's for sure.
residue.
And what about people who use chamois cream? Like, I've never used that.
No, I will. I refuse to use that.
Very curious, though. Very curious.
I
And
mean,
I
I've
know
used
that
chamois cream.
chamois butter, they are a fan of Mahalo, my dude. Send us some
It's a
cream.
well-known fact.
We'll cream up on the pod.
Live.
But yeah, I don't understand like
You
how
should
that
do
works.
a ride with it without cream and just see if you notice the difference.
It's a good concept.
I think I'll notice a difference. There's a bunch of cream down
Sounds
there.
like someone's tried this before.
Good lord. Are you a fan of bike packing?
I've not done a lot of bike packing, but I'm a fan of it.
Yeah.
Just conceptually.
Yeah, I think it's something I'd be
I was
into.
gonna say we've been bike packing. Well, I
Yeah,
wasn't,
we
but
have.
you
we
went
have
bike packing.
technically. If that's bike packing, I'm down.
What do you mean you've been bike packing? You have? Or
I filmed it.
Yeah.
Oh.
Jason shot a video of Tom and I bike packing on a budget.
oh,
They had $60
$60
for everything,
Yeah, minus our bicycles.
but they had to buy like tent, sleeping bag, food, everything for $60.
what?
Bag.
Bag.
Buy a bag. I still have that bag.
Were you like thrifting that stuff?
Walmart.
What?
I know.
How
Anybody
much is
can
a
get
tent?
into bike packing. Well, that's the thing. We didn't get tents.
Oh.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh god.
Yeah, it didn't make the cut.
Yeah, what did you sleep? You slept on, or Tom slept on like a pool floaty.
Yeah, we both had pool floaties.
Yeah.
I still have my pool floaty also. He bought a towel to cover up with. I actually bought like a little tiny kid sleeping bag, and it was sweet.
Yeah, that was a good idea.
And yeah, we like ate hot dogs and oatmeal.
How many days did you go away for?
Just one night.
Oh, okay.
Well, yeah, so that's my bikepacking experience.
Oh, wow.
But it's something I think I'd be interested in, just
should-
like pushing myself.
Imagine what you could do if you doubled that budget.
I know, right?
You'd be fine. You would have I think if you had $100, you'd be okay.
Oh, for sure. I mean,
Yeah.
we were fine.
Yeah,
And just imagine.
I mean, if it had
we
rained,
bought
though.
Caesar mix, but we had no vodka, so it's just like powdered Caesar mix.
Aw.
It's pretty terrible.
$60?
Yeah.
It was $60 was
That
it?
might be one of the best projects I've ever done for work, I gotta say.
Yeah,
Really?
It was fun. It was good times.
It was fun just being the fly on the wall and just being like, whatever, I'm just filming. I don't
think
care
he
what
slept in
happens.
his rooftop tent that night.
Yeah, I slept in a great.
What a jerk.
Yeah. Well, I had to film
Where did you ride?
in Squamish.
Okay.
Yeah.
A big, huge backcountry loop.
Yeah.
Like,
Hundreds of kilometers.
Yeah. It was mega.
Mega ultra bikepacking.
Super sore ass.
No
So,
cream.
so in these tenting days, there's a story of you getting bared. You had a bear approach on your tent, or
Yeah. Just in the bush, as you do. Left my tent set up. Came back to it in the middle of the night after like shredding the bike park all day. And then it had collapsed in, and I was like, oh my God, somebody's been here. And then turns out it was like a bear. There were just like bear scratches everywhere. Tore my tent up. Not like crazy tore it up, but like tore it up enough where I was like, I'm not sleeping in that tent. And then that was the last time I tented.
the last time?
I haven't tented since.
Really?
No, that's not true.
Okay.
You asked if I was afraid of anything, being buried in a tent.
See,
while I'm
sometimes
sleeping in
sometimes people are joking, and then you gotta ask.
Exactly. Nobody knows.
You just stick your arm out and the bear just. Can you noodle with bears? Can you?
I'm
Does
sure
that
there's
work?
something to it.
Yeah.
Depends on the
So you
size
never
of
actually saw the bear.
Never saw the bear.
You just assumed it was a bear.
The evidence would point to it was a bear.
Did it leave a business card?
A bear business card.
It left its like paw prints on the tarp that was covering. Yeah, that was spooky. Bears, man.
So how have you enjoyed your years in Whistler?
I've thoroughly enjoyed my years in Whistler. I feel like I'm in a job
Was there
fair.
I feel like there's like an adjustment phase though, because it's basically like I'm gonna go move to Disneyland.
Yeah.
And stay there for a long time.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. When you go to Disneyland as a kid, you're like, yeah, this checks out. This makes sense. But when you live in Disneyland for like 11 years, you're just like, wow, I'm really old now. And everybody else is like still just a kid in Disneyland. So that's been like maybe the most interesting part, I guess, is like everybody just kind of, we all live around the same age in Whistler. People are active and you're never like the best at anything. I think that's what kind of sets it apart from other like destinations or ski resorts even, is like people get really hoity-toity and they're like, I'm such a sick skier. And it's like, nah, dude, you're like nothing compared to this dude that skis 400 days a year. Just for fun.
We wanted to talk about Whistler hacks. Now you've quite a few years under your belt. What are Dave, do you think you got any hacks? How many?
I bet you got some
Whistler hacks?
Yeah, Whistler hacks. Do you think you have some Whistler hacks in there?
No.
I gotta think.
I mean, Misty Mountain Pizza, that's a good hack.
They're all.
If you need to eat on a budget.
I was gonna say, okay, so that's budget eat.
Mm-hmm.
Misty Mountain, shout out.
Just like don't go on the weekend. Hack.
Yeah.
There's that.
What about like getting around though? Because I feel like Whistler is a nightmare when it comes to traffic.
It can be a nightmare, like if you're going to Whistler on the weekend or you're leaving Whistler on the weekend. But as long as you like just don't travel at peak hours, that works pretty well. I gotta say, like I don't ride the bus. I guess the lovely part is if you're going biking, unlike you poor souls here in the city that have to like drive to the trailheads, we just like bike out of the door, which is super nice. It's expensive though. I mean, like everything's expensive there. Food, living. You just get by with doing less, I guess. You become less social the older you get in Whistler because it's expensive to socialize.
I'm trying to think of my best hack. My hack is just like a parking space that I know is always going to be available, even at the height of Crankworks, like the busiest day. I know it's going to be free. No one's, and I can't give you the longitude. I can't give you the latitude. It's north of Whistler. Okay, that's all I can say.
You're giving some attitude though.
I'll give you all the attitude. Yeah, parking hacks.
Parking hacks. Send those
Riveting.
our way. In the summer, it's crazy, the parking situation. Man, there's like, I don't even understand sometimes. There's not enough space in the town to park for like all the people that go there. Matt, can you be quiet on set, please?
Wait, do you need me to ding my water bottle again?
Sorry, we don't have a cough button yet. We don't have the money.
You go down the wrong tube?
I didn't know my yerba mate had pearls in it. It doesn't. Sorry.
Wait, is this a bit?
What's a pearl?
Sorry. Bubble
Like a
tea, like
bubble
boba,
tea,
like
yeah.
pearls, you know.
I don't
Sorry,
like-
I don't think there's a bubble tea place in Whistler.
I don't like the pearls.
There is a bubble tea place now.
Is there?
Yeah, it's on Main Street. I've not been there, but it's like bubble tea and coffee. So I don't know if they're still in business, to be fair.
Oh, they must be popping off. Kaz must go there a lot. He loves the bubble tea. I know. He would pick up
Facts.
bubble tea in Vancouver, take it home. When he was down here, he would make a point of it. Yeah.
Love a good bubble tea.
Yeah.
Any more good Whistler hacks? I
Oh.
mean, just the lakes in general are pretty good.
The lakes.
If you
Yeah.
need like a quick shower, dip, cold plunge.
What about? I feel like we may have talked about this before, but yes, we have a hot tub or pool poaching.
Those are
Oh,
hard.
like going to the hotel?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
Any good ones?
I
let me
mean, I don't want to. You know, I can't blow up the spots.
Didn't you
I
tell
can't-
this story on the podcast?
These are the worst hacks ever. Yeah, I know a hack. I can't tell you about it though.
Oh, but hey, well,
Wow.
I put no
Great.
thought into my hacks.
This
Hey,
segment's called Inside Jokes, where we're just not going to tell you our
Yeah.
inside
We
jokes.
I've got a
punchline
hack.
never comes.
I've got a hack. Okay, when I lived in Whistler for a summer, what we would do is throw a rager party most nights,
Oh, no, that has coffee.
and we would have fun. You get to the party, you do your thing. At the end of the party, you collect all the cans and you put them into as many garbage bags as you can, and you take those cans to the return it center in Whistler, and you get money to live off for the next week.
That's not a
the
Whistler
next
hack.
week.
That's just a life
Yeah.
hack.
But do people? But in Whistler, I feel like you need to do it more because you're like everything's so expensive. Every dollar counts. Yeah, you can do that. You're gonna throw a party in your house, get trashed.
Do they give you more for cans in Whistler?
I think it was the regular.
Okay.
I feel like it's the regular, but I appreciate that you were recycling. Good
Yes.
job.
You got really smug with your fact, and then it wasn't Whistler related at all.
It is Whistler. I was in Whistler.
That's what drew
You could have been
into
anywhere.
finally
Well, that's like
recycling.
I could have parked
Your
anywhere.
hack was recycling, dude.
No, it was
Let me fill you in on this really cool thing.
it was a side hustle. But I didn't have a main hustle, so it was just the main hustle.
Yeah.
My hustle. Oh,
Yeah,
feel
I think
like-
Oh, sorry. You got a
I
hack?
can't really know. I'm just stumped.
Dude,
What
I
do
know
got
I'm going to
hacks?
go home and I'm going to think of hacks.
What about Creekside? Like I think that
Creekside in general.
Creekside in general.
I like Creekside.
It's if you're coming from Vancouver, you don't have to drive the whole way to the village. You can get onto the lift faster, whether you're skiing or biking. There's free parking. I think still
Still free.
still free.
Technically, but my gripe with Creekside is like it gets claustrophobic down there. It's like 4 stories deep of cars. So if you're on that bottom floor and
the
you're trying to
parkade.
get, yeah, it's like you're not getting out of there. And then all of a sudden it's like Final Destination in your mind. You're like, this is how I die. The place is gonna collapse. I'm
The big
in
one's
here.
gonna hit now.
Yeah, legit. So that's my gripe with Creekside. But it is free. You didn't hear that from me. not known.
And if she's wrong, leave us a Speakpipe.
What about the singles line? I mean, this isn't just Whistler, but the singles line
Have you told Brooke?
is. My point is that a couple
Yeah.
or a group of people
Yeah.
should consider the singles line, even though you are a group. It is faster, it flows quicker. Sometimes that's not always true, though.
I feel like that's one of the first good hacks that you've provided.
Wow, thank you.
You're welcome.
Ever?
Me, you singled me out.
No, that we've
We
provided.
okay, good.
You said
good.
you.
collectively.
Yeah, you.
I meant we.
You said you.
Look where the attitude's coming.
Okay, here's
out.
my Whistler hack. Just have like an uncle that lives
Get
up
the
there,
sound ready.
like I do, and then you just like
Oh my god.
go stay at your uncle's place,
Where does he live?
the Olympic Village, sort of at the like Function Junction.
Okay.
Can we get the longitude and
Too
latitude
far
of
to
that?
like pedal in.
True, but still
Yeah.
free.
Convenient.
What are people gonna do with this chairlift situation this year?
Oh yeah.
It's a hot topic.
What is
Super
the situation?
Christina, you explain.
Well, I mean, Fitzsimmons is gone. devastating. Have you seen the pictures?
No.
It's gone.
Gone.
It's gone.
Like everything is gone.
Literally
Every
gone.
tower.
I think the towers, I don't know. Don't quote me on that.
Okay.
I just saw like a really sad picture of like, oh.
And for people that don't know, the Fitzsimmons chair is the main chair in the Whistler Village.
No way.
Why is it gone?
So they're swapping it from a 6 chair to an 8 chair for no good reason, but
No good reason.
definitely no good. What do
If
I
you
know?
work at Whistler Blackcomb and you disagree, please leave us a Speakpipe.
Wouldn't that just get people up faster?
I guess maybe if you were. I think the speed getting people up there is fine. It's just like the number of people. But who am I to say how many people are supposed to have?
I
fun
think
on a
like
given day.
over time, a lot more people are going to be shuttled up to the top, like years down the road.
Where are they gonna park?
Matt's parking spot.
Yeah. No.
North
no,
of
no.
We
Whistler.
need more parking. But yeah, this year will be interesting because there's no Fitz chair. So I don't know what that means for like the bike park trails that go under there. I imagine some of them will be closed. But they did build some new trails down in Creekside. Big chat about Creekside today. So those actually look super sick. Have you seen those?
No.
Have you seen them? Did you peek in there? I peeked in there in the fall. There's like some sweet jumps, like A-line vibe.
So they have a plan, maybe.
Somewhere's got a plan. I'm excited to have like some new trails because I mean, as much as I love Whistler, it's pretty repetitive.
Yeah, I mean, when you live there, you start to know it like the back of your hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, even when you don't live there, if you visit enough times. Yeah, it seems very taboo to say that the Whistler Bike Park gets boring. I feel like I've said that before. Like, I'm kind of bored of the bike park. And then everybody goes, what? It's the best place in the world.
It is.
Maybe it's me. Maybe I need to...
Only boring people are bored.
Yeah, maybe I need to, find new lines, challenge myself. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's not boring.
This year it's being revamped. I'm excited.
So the Fitz is gone. They're going to replace it with a 6 chair. Like there's going to be a chairlift there.
Yeah.
Is it? Oh, okay.
What's it going from? 4 to 6.
4 to 6, pretty sure.
Yeah. Man, there's been a lot of drama around that. I entertained myself reading the
drama.
comments on Blackcomb's, Whistler Blackcomb's Instagram. A lot of angry people. Mm-hmm. You wouldn't want to be on that PR team. Jeez.
Bless them.
Yeah.
You guys will come up and shred though, opening day. We're gonna hold
Probably.
That's tradition.
I mean, yeah, it is a tradition. And one of our, I think, best opening weekend videos was when we kind of paid tribute to the GLC drop getting destroyed and converted into that jump. And we interviewed everybody, people who passed us in the lineup. Maybe we got to do a similar thing for the Fitz chair.
Fitz chair, you should.
Yeah.
An homage, just pull back like all your old footy.
Yeah.
Just a nice homage.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
There's a lot of footage of it.
Yeah.
It's a good chair.
Are you going to do, I feel like every opening you do some sort of a tally or like a bike check on opening weekend.
I don't know what I'll do this year. Yeah, I don't know. Probably something along the lines of like, this is what's new at Whistler Bike Park, Creekside. Bum, bum, bum. Maybe I'll do hacks. Maybe I'll do Whistler hacks.
No, you can't steal that idea. It's our idea.
think of,
This was a brainstorming session today. We're taking
Yeah,
that.
you've
We're
got
turning it
so
into a
many good
script.
ideas. I mean, I don't know how you're going
Good
to
hat.
choose from all those hacks.
Cans.
Recycle.
Hear me out. Cans.
Parking.
There's like
Park.
no free parking pretty much in Whistler, so I think that's the hack. If you can find a free parking spot,
Yeah. Yeah.
relish in it.
Yeah, I don't know. What else are you going to do this year? Are you going anywhere? Are you doing the racing?
Hard to say, not knowing, but yeah, I don't know. Gonna keep it kind of open. See what comes out. One of my favorite events I did last fall was the Transierra Norte race down in Mexico, and so if all goes to plan, I'll go back to that in the fall, and then just kind of see what the summer brings. There's a bunch of opportunities. I just feel like adventuring, like I want to go do some hard stuff. It's hard to find people to do hard stuff with, though.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're into like weird shit and challenging yourself until you cry, hit me up.
That seems hard.
When's the last time you challenged yourself till you cried?
Crying.
Like what's the like most challenging thing you've done on a bike?
Ooh, on a bike. Most challenging. It's probably hard to say. There's probably like 2 that come to mind. Last summer we did a 3-day, 2-night adventure in the Chilcotins, which was fun, but it was only hard because they were just big days. Like there wasn't anything to be scared of. There wasn't technical terrain to be worried about. I had a cabin booked with like food and a bed. It was just hard because it was like, all right, we're like really going out here for 10 hours today and we're going to get over there. And then probably like Trans BC Enduros. That one's super hard because it's like 6 days of just gnarly, blind racing, hard, hot, dangerous.
We ran into each other in the Chilcotins.
We did.
Like,
I know. Were you there? Were you there?
No, I don't think so.
I do remember.
butt fudge nowhere.
Yeah.
Absolutely nowhere.
You were bikepacking.
We hadn't seen anybody in so long. Then all of a sudden, going the opposite way is you and Megs. We're like, oh, hey, Christina. Oh, what's up? And we're just like, I remember when we met you, that was...
It must have been a low point.
We were toasted. Santos was behind me.
Hiking up.
Blood sugar was crashing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
What
don't
a
know
weird.
who picked your route, but like, I wouldn't have gone up that way.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Considering we were riding down it, but that's the cool thing out there. You can kind of go up or down anything.
Yeah. What a weird place to just run into each other, though.
Pretty
That's
random.
funny.
That's hilarious.
Better than running into a bear.
Yeah.
Yes.
Much better.
Yeah.
I didn't know you could book a cabin up there.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
There's like at least 3 or 4 cabins. They're super cozy, rustic. They cook for you.
Really?
You can like buy beer and have it delivered. Tyx Adventures, hit me up in the comments below.
Yeah. Oh, it's a Tyax thing. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing. Yeah, we hit up campsites and did our hammock setups, and I love that. That's nice. I love hammock camping. I love it so much.
I would go back and do the like proper bike pack thing, but having the camp set up was pretty lush.
Yeah.
Rolling in, just like, wow, we weren't sure when you guys were gonna roll in. It was just like starting to get dark, and then they just have dinner on the table, and you're like, this is amazing.
Oh my God, that's fantastic. I remember.
I say it was hard, but
I was gonna say, wait, this doesn't sound very hard.
I remember, our friend Santos, he had a large freezer Ziploc bag full of cocktail wieners and cubes of cheese, and that was not looking so good by the first 24 hours. It was just all
like sweaty,
coagulated, and gross.
Sounds like something Tom Bradshaw would bring.
Yeah, it does. Meat stick.
Oh, it's so disgusting. Yeah. So, do you have any projects coming up that you're looking forward to? Any that you can like let us in on, perhaps? Any fun concepts, maybe? Just tell us all your titles, all your thumbnails.
Well, we're always doing market research. Probably like, I guess Sea Otter's coming up. So people that, care about that.
You're going?
I'm going.
Okay.
But I'm kind of stoked because last time I went there was 10 years ago.
Whoa.
Yeah. So it'll be like, see what's changed, see who's out there, see what the kids are up to these days.
And then probably like people.
Yeah. I think
guarantee
you might be right.
Have you guys ever been on the racetrack at Sea Otter?
Yep.
In a vehicle?
No. Have you?
Definitely.
No.
That would be sick.
Do people do that during Sea Otter?
Yeah. I don't know about during Sea Otter.
Okay, you just ride your bike around the track.
They use it for like some events, I believe.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they use it for the XC race. But we did a film thing where we did like car interviews on the racetrack. Person being interviewed is in the car in the back seat, and Tippy's like interviewing them. I remember that, and then
that's pretty cool.
So whoever the cameraman was at the time, I can't remember, but they like almost threw up in the car because it was just like, yeah.
Need a steady cam.
But it would be fun to go rip that track. It's like dream track.
Be fun to go rip around anywhere on a fast car.
I wondered if we should last minute go there, but you're gonna be away.
I'm not gonna be here.
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard to top your Sedona experience, so. Just
I mean, if it snows, it's Sea Otter.
Yeah. Oh, we gotta go.
My favorite event of the year is always Formation. So, yeah, I'll try to get back to that this year as well. See the ladies crush it. share the stoke.
Yeah. So, is that at the Rampage site or is it somewhere different?
I'm not sure where it is this year. Last year it was at a Rampage site. Couldn't tell you which one, but yeah, they're previously used Rampage sites. Probably something to do with permitting. I don't know. Seems easier to just like go back to a different zone or new zone. What? You know what I mean?
How many videos do you make a year with Pinkbike?
Oh, so many. Like anywhere between probably like 50-ish at least.
Like, is it once a week or whenever you feel like it?
It depends. I mean, like when it's busy and there's events and stuff going on, we might make like 3 videos in a week, which is like pretty crazy. Ideal situations, like 1 video a week from me, because obviously like the video team's doing other really cool stuff. So for me, probably about a video a week, which is it's a lot. It's a lot.
How did you get that job?
Well, Jason Lucas.
What? Jason hired you?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Jason, how did I get the job?
That's a great question, Christina. I think we had a series at the time called Hot Lap, where we would invite pros to come down a track in Squamish and time them, and it was like a pseudo race because it was always a different, conditions, and the trail kept changing, but it was like fun enough. And I think it was the year you got 6th at EWS Whistler.
Yeah, I can't remember if it was that year or the year after.
Year after.
Maybe it was the year after.
Year after, but I was like, oh, that's awesome. Like local shredder. Like, let's see how she can stack up against the pros, because we had international female athletes there as well. And then you came and you did your thing, and you did, I think you almost won. You would have won the whole hot lap if you didn't crash.
Yeah, there was an off-bike moment.
There was an off-bike moment, but I was like, wow, you can definitely ride a bike. And then there's like a talking portion to that series, and you were just like really naturally good in front of the camera, where a lot of mountain bikers are not good in front of the camera because they're awkward. And you were good at that. And I think it was just at a time when I was working at Pinkbike and we were looking to add personalities to the team, that the sole focus was just like personalities. I was like, we should get Christina. She's local, shreds on a bike, can talk already in front of a camera, and we can like help you be better at that if that's needed. And I just think it was good to have that like female perspective at Pinkbike when it was a bunch of dudes, which isn't always the best. So yeah, that's how you got the job.
Thanks, Jason.
And then you said yes when we asked you.
Yeah, I didn't know what to expect that day. I was like, oh, wait, what? This is like a job opportunity. Okay, sure. Sounds good. I like bikes.
That's what happens. You just say, like, hey, you want to go for coffee?
Legit. You want to meet
like,
us in Vancouver for coffee?
Now sign this paper.
I really like coffee.
No, you should buy Jason a beer or something. He literally got you the job. Impressive.
No, she's bought me many beers.
We've had some beers.
Many Red Dogs. Yeah. Well, you guys also worked on Pinkbike Academy 2 seasons. Mm-hmm. You guys were buddies.
Mm-hmm. We were each other's confidants.
Yeah, definitely. Especially during that like first season of just
figuring
what are we
out.
doing? Do we all have COVID? Is this even a thing?
What a crazy time, man. We've lived through some crazy stuff in the past couple years, but we made it happen, and that's cool. I like literally got hired at Pinkbike, and then a couple weeks later we went to Crankworks Rotorua. Mm-hmm. And then by the time we got home, it was like lockdown. And they were like, here's a camera. We want you to like go film something at home with it. And I'm like, I've never used a camera before. And look at us now.
How did you get so comfortable on camera? So you're like cheerleading background and performing. The frogging.
I think it was just a combination of it all. I mean, frogging just instills confidence.
You learn how to
having
take
older
the leap,
brothers, you have to be loud and speak up if you want attention. So, yeah, I wouldn't say it came naturally, but I appreciate everyone that's helped groom me into that position.
Well, what has it been like developing an audience? Like, you have a fan base now, you have a following. Like, what has that journey been like?
It's been really interesting. It's been humbling for sure. Like, I guess I love when people it's just nice to be nice, you know? So if people go out of their way to like send me a nice message or just be like, oh, I really liked that video, it helped me, or it helped my girlfriend, or it helped my daughter, like that really tickles my fancy. So I think that's been the coolest part about it. Yeah, I don't think I've had any like weird situations other than just like somebody at the trailhead's like, oh, it's Christina Chappetta from Pinkbike. And I'm like, whoa, that's weird. Got to watch what I do in public now because everybody's watching me. Not that I do weird stuff in public, but yeah, it's been a good experience.
Yeah, do people recognize you all the time in Whistler?
Whistler for sure, because it's like a mountain bike space, but sometimes other places. But then you go anywhere else in the world and nobody cares about mountain biking. So therefore nobody's ever heard of me or my job or any of the other stuff, you know? Like you could say Brandon Semenuk and they'd be like, yeah, I don't know who you're talking about. So I like those situations where it's like, I'm just a fly on the wall.
Well, it's nice to be nice. It's not so nice to not be so nice. And Pinkbike is notorious for hateful comments and shitty comments and grumpy people.
Can you hear my belly? Just made a big grumble. Yeah.
How do you deal with that?
You eat. The commenters. I was actually listening to like a really cool podcast on the way down here today, and it was about this gentleman that he writes music for like, you know, some of the most famous singers of all time ever, and he was just kind of saying himself like, you got to remove yourself from the comment section, like this is your work, it's not who you are, and just kind of remove it. But I think in the beginning at Pinkbike I was a little more of a retaliating keyboard warrior myself. I was like, you can't be mean to me and you're a bully and like I don't agree with what you said. But now I'm just like, whatever. Like the comments are actually great in that they kind of maintain themselves. Like if there's a terrible person there, other people are going to call out that person. I don't need to like step in.
Yeah, well, I see that you're engaged in the comments. You leave comments. You reply to people.
I try.
Yeah.
Try to reward the nice people.
What about when you get a like a crappy comment, like a negative comment, and you read it and you feel like, oh yeah, well, like there's an ounce of truth in that probably. Does it drive you crazy? Do you just not even consider that?
No,
you not consider the truth in the bad comments.
Oh, for sure. If there's truth to be had, then I try to like live and learn and like not do that again. Whatever it could be.
Yeah.
Maybe it's like your audio levels were shit, and it's like cool. We're gonna fix that next time. Or a lot of stuff is just, it's really personal in mountain biking. You know, it's really like dialed in for you. Like if that's how you like your cockpit set up, and I think it's weird as heck. Like, what do I know? If it works for you, then cool. But I think a lot of people can sometimes be like, well, this is the right way and that's the wrong way. And I think just let it slide.
Yeah.
Just be your own buffalo. If it works for you, sweet.
Yeah. Well, you and Jason had to deal with quite a bit of hate in that first season of Pinkbike Academy. It seemed like the mountain bike community didn't feel like there was a need for a reality show. They were upset at the free content they were getting for some reason. Yeah. Tell us about that experience.
That happens a bit for sure. I mean, from my perspective, it was, again, like this is my work. It was like something I'm part of, but it's not me. It doesn't represent me. So if you don't jive with it, then there's like producers, editors, directors. You can go talk to them about it.
This guy.
But also, yeah, I do remember this one time in particular. I was out on the trails in Squamish, and a random person, still to this day, don't know who they are. They were just like, I forget exactly how they said it, but they were like, Tori got robbed. And I was like, whoa. I didn't expect this to like follow me out into public, but okay, I'm sorry. I'm defending like why this person got kicked off the show at the point that they did. So that was kind of weird. I was like, but at the same time, I'm like, this is sweet. Like, imagine how many homes like this content has gone into of people that like would never know who these riders were, but also like you just wouldn't think they would care, you know? Like people in the I was on the Valley Trail the other day and this lady's like, wow, I loved you in Pinkbike Academy, and I'm just like, that's so cute. Like you don't look like what I would think of a mountain biker watching a reality TV show would be, and so I think that's just cool to have like more diversity in the audience.
Yeah. Well, maybe when you travel
My
to
dad loves the show.
those other places in the world, people will know you because you've created a reality TV show that's made not only for mountain bikers. Isn't that a good thing to have?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Free content. It's great.
Free content is
Apparently to some people it's not. And you've done a bad thing and you're hurting
they
the
can
bike
suck
industry.
It's funny too because I think, and you've probably seen it too, Christina, like everyone from that show, whether they won or lost or whatever, has benefited from being on that show if they took advantage of it. Like they all got a deal with a bike company, either free bikes or getting paid now, and they've been able to use that platform to like boost themselves, which I think was the impetus of the show. It's like, let's bring up these people you've never heard of and put them into the spotlight and see what they can do. And now you have like Evan racing on the Enduro World Cup circuit and Flo and Max obviously just like hucking his meat off everything in the Sea to Sky and beyond. But yeah, no, I don't know. I think it's funny when people complain about it.
Do you think that the most recent season deserved all the hate that it received?
No, I don't think any season deserves any hate because, the whole goal of the show is to give these people who might not otherwise have a platform to stand on, give them a chance to, really prove themselves. And even if they're not, proving themselves, they're just showing, their true character and, demeanor and how they perform. And, people from the show then did get picked up by brands because they were like, wow, this person's, just really nice. Israel, for instance, on season 2 of Academy, just lovely soul, got kicked off, I think, first episode, or not first episode, but the first elimination. But just a person that you want out there representing your brand. And so I think that was always the purpose, is to give these people a chance to it's like a resume essentially. But then it was kind of funny, a little throwback. There were some people, in our area that were sponsored or ambassadors for brands, and they in particular, I thought, when they didn't like the show, I was like, oh, that's interesting. You not getting paid anything to ride your bike. Yeah, you get some free swag here and there, maybe a free frame, but you could have a $50,000 contract. That's a lot of money to take a year off of work, focus on your craft, hone in on all of that. And so I was like, hey, if you don't think this is a good opportunity, then it's not for you.
Are we going to see a season 4 someday in the future, do you think?
Maybe.
I don't know.
Hard maybe.
Yeah.
We'll let you know.
I'd love to see it somewhere new. Whistler edition?
I'd like to see a free ride edition. Bring back the free ride.
Yes.
reality.
That'd be awesome.
Kansas edition.
Yeah, exactly.
Frogging edition.
Just make that one of the challenges.
Are we going to see you in the tape, between the tape? Is that what they say, between the tape?
Between the tape.
Are we going to see you between the tape? That means racing.
Yeah.
Are you racing?
I hope so. I would like to do a bit of racing this year. Maybe the local BC Enduro series, see how that goes. I think my international EDR, EDWS career, I think that's beyond me. That's just it's not quite as fun as it once was. It's a little more serious now, which, I got a big kid job, so don't have just all the free time in the world anymore.
Big kid job.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely true.
Guys, do you want to play this or that?
Yes.
Would you like to play this or that, Christina?
Yes.
All right. Well,
I love
let's play this or
games.
that.
It's that time of the show again. No, not yet.
We
not
forgot.
yet.
We didn't talk about this. We're going to dial this in because last week was who's playing the music? Who's doing this?
Alonso's
We talked
got
about
the
everything
music.
but this morning.
It's that time again, folks. Time to play
This
or
or
that. The game where you choose between 2 radically different options, either this or
That.
Nailed
correct.
it.
Do you understand the rules?
We.
Alonso, play that
No,
music.
it's just you.
Okay, you ready?
This.
Yes.
You nailed it. She's good.
Mardi Gras or Crankworks?
Oh, Mardi Gras for sure.
Trans Cascadia or Trans Sierra Norte?
Trans Sierra Norte.
Lift access or pedal?
Pedal.
Underbiked or overbiked?
Overbike.
Après at Longhorn or GLC?
GLC.
A-Line or Dirt Merchant? One or the other.
Dirt merchant.
There you have it. Early mornings or late nights?
Oh, late nights for sure.
Break a foot or break a wrist?
You've done both.
Wrist.
She's done both?
Yes.
Gumbo or poutine?
Gumbo.
Wet trails or dry trails?
Wet.
Bikepacking or car camping?
Ooh. Bikepacking?
Birkenstocks or Blundstones?
Berks.
Louisiana or BC?
For what? Context?
Living.
BC.
For hacks.
Frogging or noodling?
Oh, nice addition.
Frogging.
Photo shoot or video shoot?
Photo shoot.
POW or loam?
Pow.
Always.
Whistler Main Street or Bourbon Street?
Bourbon.
DH bike or enduro bike?
Enduro bike.
Jumps or steeps?
Steeps.
29 or 27.5?
29.
Overshoot or case?
Ooh, both scary. Case.
Garfinkel's or Buffalo Bills?
Bills.
Canada or America?
Whoa! I'm gonna say America, or else they'll make me rescind my citizenship.
And finally,
They're
mountain
listening.
biking or snowboarding?
Mountain biking.
There you have it, folks. That was another
I'll tell you this
episode
one.
edition.
Listen to that.
That was deep. That's hard.
No one's ever going to say loam over POW. No one.
And no one's ever said. Has anyone said video over photo? It's
No.
like almost always.
No,
photo.
we didn't ask that. Well,
Wait,
no.
wait,
so
what
did.
would you guys?
Did we? Oh.
Yep.
Dave?
Oh, yeah.
Loam or POW?
POW.
Loam or POW?
I mean POW because I think I have yet to have like an epic POW day. Like it's still on the bucket list. I've
feels all
ridden
the
some
bikepacking
POW, but not
question.
like a beautiful, glorious day where there's a dump of snow. I haven't experienced
Double
that yet.
overhead, just
Yeah.
like hang 10. Yeah.
And I'm spoiled by loam, you know.
I feel like I think I would say loam just because it's more easily accessible and you can experience it.
See, we didn't elaborate on these questions, but
It's this or that. It's not.
Yeah.
Not
This is
science.
the time in which we elaborate.
Yeah.
This is Elaboration Corner. It's a new segment.
You were very quick on the gumbo versus poutine.
I am a diehard Louisiana girl.
I was trying to think of other. I was like bourbon or maple syrup. Is that a thing? Is bourbon kind of like Louisiana?
Yeah, we do bourbon stuff.
Got a street named after it.
Treats. Yeah.
You've been to Mardi Gras, right?
Oh, yeah,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Many times?
for sure.
What is
I
it?
grew up right outside of New Orleans, so
Is it like what's the experience like?
it is unexplainable. It's a crazy time.
How many beads you get?
Like millions of beads. So many beads. It's actually like going back to Mardi Gras as an adult, you're kind of like, this is disgusting. Like, it's dirty. It's filthy. It just, everything smells like piss. There's trash everywhere. There's like half naked or naked people. But it's just crazy.
Sounds like that frat party.
Yeah,
Sorry.
legit. But it's
This
just
is the beta
everywhere.
house.
You ever collect the cans there?
No, but I'm sure there are people that do.
But let me tell you about this one parking spot. It's just north of New Orleans.
You got to get the pizza.
Yeah.
Just north. I would recommend everybody check it out, though. It's pretty
Yeah?
crazy. Yeah. For the marching bands.
All right. Next video.
Lots of marching bands.
Mountain biking to Mardi Gras.
Before we let you
Actually, though.
go, Haley had one other thing that I was supposed to ask about.
Did she now?
Yeah. She said ask Christina, or Tina, if I may call you that, ask Tina about getting an IV in Mexico.
Oh, yeah. That would. Well, okay. Let's start with a tale of Haley first.
Okay. Throw her under the
Since
bus.
she's asking all these great questions. We were like transferring at, I think this was day two of a 4-day race. I think it was 4 days. And we're transferring to like the final last stage. And then we're both just like tarps off, sweating our butts off, high altitude, feel sick. She just like eats it on this gravel road, as you do on a transfer stage, and just like slices her elbow open. And then of course, like, you know, we stop and everybody that goes by, we're like, do you have any bandages? Like, you got anything we can like put on this? Nobody has anything. So we just take her dirty ass glove and like wrap it on her elbow. And I have like electrical tape. So we just tape that on. And then we like race, you know, the final stage of the day, and she slays it. And then she goes into the ambulance to like get all cleaned up. And then that was a whole situation. But then she freaking rallied on 2 more days. with not quite stitches, but like butterfly stitches essentially, in her gaping wound in Mexico. And then to follow that up, we had finished the race and I was feeling like pretty lethargic. And I have had a bout of heat stroke in my past life. And so, I just walked up to the ambulance and I was like, hey, you guys got any like good IVs up in there? And they're like, yeah, sure. And I was like, I don't feel so good. So they just hooked me up for like a good hour on the drip. And then I could like rally really hard because I was super hydrated after that. So pro tip, just get the IV. If you got a bad hangover, get the IV.
That's a good hack.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Mm-hmm. I'll be looking forward to your IV stories in the future.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to get one right now. Full of yerba mate.
That would be good.
Zing.
All right. Well, this is feeding off each other. Are you well fed?
I'm well fed. I'm glad that we could feed off of each other and not just me.
Are you now a loyal chother? Do you consider yourself a chother?
Not yet. But I don't know what the Wikipedia definition is of each other. But
I don't know if we have a Wikipedia.
Yeah, we don't have that.
I can aspire to be.
Write that up. You aspire to be?
I could aspire to be.
Yeah, I recommend that you do. Maybe on the drive home, you can, turn off that other podcast about whatever the hell it was and
other smart
turn on ours.
There's like 40 episodes just waiting.
Where do you get it? You get it on Apple Podcasts, something, and wherever
your
get
podcast.
your podcast.
Precisely.
Yeah, you nailed it. And YouTube.
Deal. You guys don't even have to do your
And if you enjoy it, you could leave us a review on Apple.
And if
Apple
I
Podcasts.
really enjoy it, should I subscribe?
You could subscribe. You could leave a comment. You could leave us a Speakpipe. I haven't mentioned this episode, but you could leave us a Speakpipe at speakpipe.com/feedingoffeachother. You could send us a gift and we might open it. You could
GIF or a gift? Or both.
A GIF.
An animated gift.
We would open a gift.
Oh, perfect. I'll make you a gift.
Well,
thanks for coming. Yeah, you are so fun to talk to. A ball of energy. We love you very much.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. Love your space, and we'll see you when we're looking at you.
Yeah, I know where that came from.
Let's go frogging. And as always,
deal.
Ribbit.
Ribbit.
Can we get some more of that Kermit chat?
Do nom with that's Kermit.
Nom 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 nom.
Do it again. Do it again. Wait, we almost had a perfect ending.
Nom 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 nom. Goodbye.
What? Oh, he's done.
That was best.
Thank you for listening to Feeding Off Each Other. Please subscribe for more great podcasts.